Right. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Zita's Healthy Beginnings World of Women podcast. Today is Tuesday, January 24th, and we are here again to welcome you all and to have this nice time together. Wherever you are in the world, some places are warm, others are cold. Just take care of yourself. And talking about taking care of yourself, this evening we have one of my friends all the way from Canada joining us this evening to talk about how you can really take care of yourself, this body that we've been given. And it's only one body each one of us has. Today, he's going to tell us how we can really care for it so that it will keep caring for us. So I welcome Roger Owens. Please come on and talk to us about Kangen water.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, Zita. And thank you for inviting me to your listening audience and getting a chance to educate your audience about how important water is. So I'm excited to take you guys on a journey this evening, this afternoon, this morning, wherever you're listening from. So will I be provided screen sharing?
Yes. Emily, you want to do that or you want me to do that?
Yeah, I did it. So
okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Can everyone see my
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Excellent. 1 second. Great. Well, thank you for again having this opportunity to educate you guys. So my name is Roger Owens. I am the ambassador of Kangen Water. And before I get into quickly, I just want to quickly share that this water changed my life. So before I was introduced to this water, I was drinking a very popular type of water called reverse osmosis, like Culligan or whatever. And my wife at the time was training to be a holistic nutritionist. So she was taught in her institute that this was the best type of water. So we invested in the water. We bought the fridge with the fancy filter. She made me get a filter specifically for the kitchen sink. So I really thought our water game was all taken care of. But little did I know, or did we know, that that water was actually killing us. And so it wasn't until our chiropractor invited us to learn about this water that we quickly became believers, and then saw our lives change dramatically. So it has been a phenomenal step so far, and I never thought, I would be in this position where I am now, where I'm a big ambassador and believer of it. So so a lot of people don't know. It goes air and then water. You hold your breath. You can only be without air for seconds, maybe 2-3 minutes if you're a professional, and water, you can only go days without water, only about 5 to 7 days, and you will quickly die. So water is so vital. In North America, we're conditioned to believe, eat right and exercise and do all these things, but we never examine and check the quality of our water. And so when we're born 90% water. So we are alkaline water beings. And so over the course of a standard lifetime, that water table, as you notice, begins to decline as we age. And so when you really break it down and understand that when you are organic water, made by God and infused with life-giving water in you, it changes your whole perspective in how we are so conditioned of believing that, so many other sources of liquid are so much better than water, which in fact, it has nothing compared to who we are and what the water that I'm about to share is available for you. So in Canada, whether in Canada or North America, the stats are still the same. People are getting sicker, fatter, and weaker. But in Japan, Kangen means return to origin. So in Japan, in Okinawa, Japan, and to be specific, is a qualified blue zone. And in this rare parts of the world, this water that I'm about to describe occurs naturally. So in these communities, they can bathe in this water, drink this water, they have it in abundance. And there's no surprise that they are one of the rare communities that live to 120 plus age on average and not being dependent on any medical system, that they are thriving and living a vital life in their later years. So the third leading cause of death, which is always ignored, is medical related errors. So there's heart related issues, cancer, diabetes, but medical errors. And that could be from, misprescribed medication to, malpractice issues during the surgery. That is the third leading cause of death in North America. You want to avoid relying on the medical system. You want to not be part of the conveyor belt. You want to never have to be in that scenario. So we've taken stock in our family and make sure that we're providing the best water we can for our bodies and the best food, but it always boils down to the best quality water. So our founder, if you look at that picture, you wouldn't believe it, but he is 80 years old and he does not color his hair. You can see his skin is beautiful, it's tight. He looks like a 40-year-old. He's been drinking this water for almost 50 years. So you can see when you're physically well, your mind is well, and everything is always a possibility. When you have your health, you have a million dreams, right? When you don't have your health, you're just trying to just survive, and that's not a way to live. As I said, we're an established company in Japan, and we make and design all of our technology under one roof. So there's no outsourcing, and if anything from Japan, it's going to be good quality. And that was one of the reasons why I invested in the system, because all they had to say was, it's from Japan, made in Japan. I said, sign me up. I know it's not going to end up in the trash can after 2 weeks. And we can support anyone in the world. So I have customers in parts of the world I've never been to. And that's the beauty of our distribution centers, where I can connect with anyone. And if they want to have access to this water, we have the logistics and networks to get it to them. Now, we have many celebrities, stars you may see here that are familiar to you. I'm not here to impress you. I'm just impress upon you that celebrities, athletes, they are investing in this system because they know that it's going to give them the longevity that they want in their career, because they need to look youthful, they need to stay healthy, and they have been impacted by this water. And none of our athletes or celebrities are paid at all. They seek us out to want to have their image with the system, because they've seen how much it's done for them personally or for their family. Kevin Hart, which is as you know, is a famous international actor. He has a very great line in this clip that I'm unable to show you. But basically, the actor or the interviewer says to him, man, your skin looks so good. And he says, yeah, I've been drinking this water, this Kangen water or something. He doesn't even know how to even pronunciate the word, but he knows that the water is amazing and does stuff for him in his skin. And so he makes a really quick joke about it in Kevin Hart fashion, and it just naturally comes out of you. So when you're putting this awesome water in you, you can't help but want to talk about it. Or people identify and say, man, you look different. How come your skin is like, or you're not this or that, or, and I say it's the water, and it opens up a conversation. We have world-renowned doctors and scientists who are the leaders in all of their specialties, who have vetted and have examined and have been amazed by this water, and they definitely are not ashamed to recommend this to their patients, and their own family. And I could go into greater detail on how it's impacted each one of them. But listen to this. As I said earlier, we're made up of water. And the statistics that you see here, the percentages, are a fact. Heart-related diseases. Listen, 98.9% of all medical chronic issues are related to dehydration. 9 out of 10 people walking around amongst us, 9 out of 10 people are dehydrated, chronically dehydrated. And so when your skin is made up of so much water, your bones, your muscles, your blood, your lungs, I mean, you can make a quick connection between the lack of water and the number of diseases that I mentioned earlier that are facing North America. So health is simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. And what I try and do is simplify. I make it so simple that people try and complicate it. I said, no, you just have to change your water and things will change. Your body is a miraculous designed, and it can do amazing things. It doesn't matter how old you are. If you give this body what it really deserves, it's miraculous what it will do. And it's been amazing every time I have a chance to introduce this water to people. Now, it is a medical device. This system is a medical device in Japan. Think about that. Imagine going to your doctor and your doctor saying, take 2 jugs of water and drink this, and then when you're finished, come back. That's what they do in Japan, because the Ministry of Health in Japan recognizes as a medical device. And so they use it in the hospitals, they use it in clinics, they use it in so many medical related environments. The testimonies are so real that they say a picture speaks more than 1,000 words. You can look at this young lady on the left here who, after a few months, how the skin has begun to heal, or the young boy, or the blood cells. Again, we're made up of 100 trillion cells. And when you have red blood cells that are clumped and not moving, there's no oxygen in it, you become sluggish and you become now available environment for disease and breakdown to occur in your body. But when you start drinking Kangen water, your cells become alive because of the electricity in the water and the energy, and you become that. So this is a constant thing. And not to scare you about the image, but the truth is the truth. This water, after drinking this water after 3 months, the lady on the left with the breast cancer is the same colon on the right after 3 months of drinking our water and following our the dietary protocol. This water gets deep down into areas where regular water will not ever achieve. It is certified to the tops. There's no holes. I mean, there's no holes. That's all I need to say. Here are some of the hospitals that I mentioned that are using the water as their source of wellness for their patients. And these aren't, 20-bed hospitals in Japan. These are major hospitals in Japan that rely on our water. This is just a cross section of the engine of our system, where it takes the water from your tap and it filters it And then it goes through a called an ionization process, where it's now separating the acidic parts of the water and leaving the gorgeous Kangen part, the life-living part of the water. So that other parts of the water are not going into you. And so that gives your body that ability to not have to deal with it and only get to just bathe in the richness of the Kangen water. So the three things that make this water so amazing is the antioxidation and the microclustering and the alkalinization. When I first heard these words, I didn't know what they meant. But after this quick demo, you're gonna know more than probably you're gonna be in the less than 1% of the know. So oxidation is rusting. So that's the pre-aging of our cells. You know, a classic scenario is you cut an apple, you open it 2 hours later, it's browning. That's oxidation from the free radicals in the air. It's very acidic, or it's positive charge, so it's killing our cells. So that's what the air we're breathing, it's killing our cells. So you want to slow and reverse that process, and that's what this water will do. So this is a scale that shows you the oxidation speed of the liquids that you're witnessing. So if it's a positive charge reading, it's very bad. It's like adding gasoline to a fire. It's making your cells die faster and creating more inflammation, and it's very bad. If it's a negative charge, it's going to be life-giving. So the right side is it taking away life, or is it adding to life? And so you can see many of the popular beverages and water that people rely on are actually taking away life from you and shortening your life. Where the other side of the scale, you can see Kangen water is significantly more powerful than many of the common remedies and vitamin C and other things that people know to rely on to keep them well. So drinking 1 glass of Kangen water has the same power, Zita, of, listen to this, 17,000 cups of green tea. 1 glass of our water is equivalent of antioxidation of that. So imagine, Zita, if you have this system and you're drinking green tea, imagine how much more exponential the benefits of that green tea is going to be when you add our water to it. So you can see the reverse osmosis water we were drinking. It was killing us and my kids. You know, tap water was just as bad. You know, the many popular sodas, the Gatorades, all were totally stripping and killing our bodies, and we didn't even know it. Another thing, alkalinization or alkaline is very popular because a lot of the mainstream bottle manufacturers are trying to jump on the bandwagon because they know that what the impact we're making in society. So to just give you a very simple explanation, you want to be neutral. Your blood wants to be neutral, which is 7 on the pH scale, needs to be a 7. But what happens is when you're drinking pop, like I said, and you're eating certain types of meats and various stress of life and things like that, your blood then becomes more and more acidic. And what happens is your body has to strip from the minerals from within to keep your body in a neutral zone. But you only have so much minerals in your body. So what happens is you become extremely acidic. And what happens when you become acidic is all these effects down below: heart attack, diabetes, prostate issues, cholesterol, these are all lifestyle diseases or illnesses. Well, if you are drinking alkaline water, alkalized water, and I would love to go into more detail, but I'll just keep it brief. Your blood is not being stripped, or your body is not being stripped of minerals to keep you alive because you're providing it from the water. So the water is keeping your body well, and it's not allowing for any acidic environments to grow any diseases like cancer or any other common disease, because you're staying in a very healthy zone. And that's what Kangen water does with the alkaline readings that it gives. Microclustering. So this is a really cool thing. I was like, I thought all water was water, but I was so blown away by this. So regular water, Zita, is actually made up of 15 to 25 molecules. So they're about the size of my, for analogy, they're like the size of my fist. So you've got 15, 25 of these in regular H2O. Now, Kangen water, when it goes through the system, it takes the regular water and it makes it the size of sand, of a grain of sand. So regular water, I remember when I used to drink water, I never used to drink a lot because it used to make my belly full. I felt like I had a pregnant belly. I felt like if I was going out, I couldn't drink much because I didn't want my belly to blow up. But with Kangen water, the molecules are so small, it penetrates into your cells and it doesn't stay in your belly, and it goes where it needs to go, and the body takes care of the rest. So a lot of new users, and me included, when I started drinking the water, I drank it, a glass. I was like, man, it's done. I'm like, and it was like, wow, I guess my body wants more. So I would drink more and more, and I drink way more than I ever have with Kangen water than I did with the regular water, because it's so light, and like I said, it's so tiny, it gets right into the cells, where regular H2O, it doesn't. How much time do we have? How are we doing for time?
Oh, no, you're fine. Keep going.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, to keep this in, again, very tight window, this water is not only for drinking, but this water, you can use this system to degrease and dissolve different things in your home or externally. So a very common usage in our home is our fruits and vegetables. So as I mentioned earlier, my wife being a holistic nutritionist, she then wanted to buy, all this fancy organic food years ago. And I was like, what? I'm going, you want me to pay another 30% more for food that we normally used to buy? And she's like, yes, honey, we have to, because, and she would sell me on the benefits. I was like, okay. So we started doing it. So, I was like, okay, it does taste different, and everything else, and it's better for me. So I thought we were really doing well. So when our chiropractor said, oh, do you have any tomatoes or whatever fruit in the kitchen or in your fridge? And we're like, yeah. She's like, I want to show you something. Let me have some. So I was like, okay. So she put our tomatoes into this 11.5 Kangen water, which is a higher level water percentage pH of the water. And she submerged it for like 30, 40 seconds. And then all of a sudden, the water in the cup started to change. And I'm like, what is this? And she's like, what do you think? I said, I don't know. And she said, that's the pesticides and herbicides and fungicides all over your fruits and vegetables. I go, what? She goes, what? I was so mad, Zita. You telling me they still spray with all that stuff? She said, oh, yeah. I was like, oh, my God. So I was so, again, now my wife had me now paying more money for fruits and vegetables than I wanted to. And there was still junk all over it. So the amazing part was when I ate the tomato versus how I used to eat it, I couldn't even eat the old one. It was so chemically and nasty that my taste buds were like, it repelled it. But the other one, when it was submerged in our water, I bit it. It was juicy. It was like, it's like I pulled it right from a vine. And that's what this water does. It gets, not only removes the oils on the fruits and vegetables, but it gets into the membrane of the skin. So it goes in and hydrates the tomato or whatever you're eating. and it then extracts the toxins that happen to seep in. So what was amazing is when your body doesn't have that type of chemicals entering your body, it doesn't have to work hard because it doesn't have to worry about. So we submerge all of our fruits and vegetables and meat and anything. We put it in our water, and you want to see everything float to the top. And that's like, man, that's a beautiful system. I'm like, this is beautiful. And as a result, my inflammation, my physiologic, like I've lost weight, and it's just amazing when you don't have to put your body through that stress. But anyways, another thing is it's phenomenal for laundry, for removing stains. You don't have to buy laundry detergent if you don't want to, or you can use very little, because you can put a couple liters of this water in your laundry, and it will just dissolve and work and clean and and not have to worry about the pollutants that go into the ocean or to the body, big body water. So, beauty water. Should I say any more, Zita? Beauty water. I didn't know this. Again, I never used any kind of toners before, but apparently toner is a very lucrative product in the women's wellness care face market. I hear you could spend $30, $40, $50, $60, $80 a month in toner. So we get it for less than a penny, and we bathe in this water. So this system not only can do all the other things I mentioned, but it can also produce beauty water. So beauty water is 5.5 to 6.0 on the pH scale, and it emulates the pH of your skin. So the pH of your skin is about 5.5 to 6. So before tonight, I washed my face in it, and it just absorbed beautifully into my skin. It just makes it so tight and toned, and I don't use any soaps or any detergents or anything. I just wash in the water, let it air dry, and it soaks, and it just makes your skin so much more vibrant and smooths out your skin over time, and it plumps you up. And it's just amazing. And then our amazing acidic water. This is a 2.7. It's kills all pathogens, bacteria. Also, it kills any virus, anything. It's chemical free, and then in Japan they use it to sterilize their equipment and post surgical rooms after surgeries, or they use it in applications on the face, as you see, and many more that I would love to go into greater detail. But this is what this water will do: is it makes so much more sense if you want a green, safe home, because it's chemical free. If a grandchild or someone was to get near the bottle, you don't have to go rush them to the hospital because it's safe, and that's a great thing about it. And so we use it there's over 101 different ways to use the water when you invest in this system. So we're saving money. We're saving conservatively easily $80-$90 easily a month in purchases that we normally would buy, because we could just use our water, and it does a better job, and it's safer. And so this is it. You can use it for drinking, for health, for beauty, cleaning, cooking, and food preparation. And what I always love to say, when you change your water, you're going to change your life. So I thank you, Zita. I hope I made it within the necessary time. How are we doing? Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
And yeah, so this is why I love to welcome people to learn, because what you just learned, our listening audience, you're not going to be able to unlearn. You are going to now look at your water so much more different, and you're going to want to know more. And I hope I was able to give you that. And if you want to definitely explore what you're doing and how you can make your life a little better, a lot better, then you have to connect with us. And I would love to share more what I know. So thank you, Zita. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Roger. Oh my gosh, that was great. And you know what? I would like our audience to know how I got to know Roger. It was through this water. So I think a year and a half ago, I was through HMP. Roger came along and talked briefly about this water, and I'm like, huh. And I was using water like he did, that I thought was really one of the best. And I'm like, no, what is this one he's talking about? So I quickly made an appointment to talk to him. So when we, met on Zoom, so I said to him, tell me more about this water. And I shared what I was using, and he's like, I don't know. So I'm like, what is this water? So he gave me more information, and I'm like, wow, I am someone that really loves to thrive. I was born and raised in a village. Whatever we did was from the farm to our table. We went to the stream to fetch water. We came home and we cooked with it. So, and that stream was like life-giving until I started going to high school. And even though I did not notice the difference, but the difference was clear, once I stepped out from that natural source. And my whole life changed, everything else continued, and I never went back to that water. So I said to him, this sounds like the water that I was raised. And, I described how, where the water came from and all that. And then when he described the different types, that the machine will provide different kinds of water, the one that really attracted me right away was the beauty water. I'm like, wow, I never heard anything about beauty water in my whole life. So I said to him, I'm going to try this. And at that time, I said to him, I didn't really have, I couldn't afford it. And he said, oh, don't even worry about that. If you want to get it, there's always a way to make it happen. You can have what you want. You're going to have to make some, an agreement, a deal to be able to. I'm like, oh my God, I'm sold out. I'm going for it. And that was what I did. And I'm sharing that so our audience will know that and I'm going to ask Roger to go through, the cost so people have an idea, but also to know that it's affordable. What I mean by that is you can always make an arrangement to pay it off, because the people who are producing this, they know the essence of water, and they want every single household to get this machine because they know what it means. And until you get this machine and start using this water, you will never understand what we're talking about. I didn't understand it until I started trying it out. Now I used to buy, like women do, we buy our stuff, the cleanser, whatever that your nourishing facial and all that. But since I started this, in fact, I have gotten a lot of compliments. And one lady called me one day, she said to me, what are you using on your skin? And this lady pulled me, we went for a celebration. Everybody was like really jubilant. She pulled me. I thought she was going to tell me something relevant in my own sense anyway. She's like, what do you use on your skin? Look at how shiny your skin is. I smiled and I said, Kangen water. She said, Kang what? I let her explain to her. She said, just that? I said, yeah. I said, I was spending at least $150 a month on, getting your cleanser and stuff. But since I started with this just beauty water, I shower with it. I use it every morning on my skin. I mean, and your skin will really thank you when you use it, honestly. So it was really incredible. As soon as Roger talked to me about it, it wasn't even up to 2 weeks, right? I got right away. Yeah, and I got my machine, and from Canada, he was able to make that connection here in the United States. And just for you to know, so the guy that you connected, the lady, you connected a lady who connected a guy who connected to me. Do you know that that guy is now one of my great donors to our organization? This is how stuff happen. Yes.
Wow.
So that brought a great blessing to my organization. You wouldn't believe it. And I'm like, look at how God works.
What?
Yes.
That's
And it's incredible.
That's
So when you're really engaged in stuff that are natural, God has a way of even blessing you, in a way that you would never imagine in your life. So yes, I am a great believer in this Kangen water. And please listen to Roger. He's going to go through how you can get this, and don't even mind or worry about how you're going to pay it. If you don't have money, it doesn't mean that you cannot have Kangen water machine. You can, because there's a way they make it so convenient that you start right away enjoying the water without even paying the whole cost. And you take your time to take care of it. I am a living witness, and honestly, I can't stop talking about that water. And the project I'm having here in the United States for doula program is one of the things that I have in my plan to let my women use. And in Africa as well, we're planning for our birthing center to get the bigger, because they come by sizes. And Roger is gonna also touch on that. So you have machines that you can actually use household size. You can equally buy one that can serve an institution. And that's really very beneficial. Think about the different kinds of water he talked about. If we are thinking about it, you're not going to be having all kinds of, infections. And during COVID, that was what saved me. I had COVID, but I never went to the hospital. I was just at home and taking the water, taking care of myself, and that was it. And nobody would believe me. I'm like, I have COVID like every other person, but I didn't go to the hospital.
And that's what I mean. We want to keep you out of that system.
Yes, exactly. So yes, please go through a little bit of how people can get access to this, and just explain to us a little bit about that.
Sure, Zita. So yeah, as Zita said, the founder that I showed you the picture of, he's such an amazing man. There's no reason why anyone shouldn't and not be able to say, I can't afford. Like the average person, let's put this into context. And my numbers that I'm going to use are so exaggerated that you cannot ignore it. So just say, for instance, before you guys came on tonight, for the past 10 years, you've been spending on water or tea or some beverage approximately $2 a day, right? Just one of you. And we know the cost of what I just mentioned is a lot more. But just based on $2 a day, if you were only to drink one type of beverage a day, you 2 times 30 days in a month, that's $60, and so you times that by a family of 4, you're already up to $240 a month in what you're spending in different beverages. One thing I noticed is we don't buy water or other beverages out on the road at all anymore, because we can make it or bring our own water with us wherever we go. So we're saving money. So that's how quickly, in a simple form, how much you can save with this system versus going out and buying bottled water, which is so bad for you, as you saw, and not good for the environment. But anyways, don't get me started. But so what we have here is our famous K8 system. You can pay it outright. You can do monthly, and we have other in-house financing options that I'm going to get into. So typically the system, if you have good credit, decent credit, it's about $150 a month. or we also have in-house financing, which works out to about $180 a month with a small down payment. Or you could pay it outright, which is approximately $5,600 if you wanted to pay it outright. And then there's also options with various lending institutions that I have connections with, where you can get it possibly for as low as $45 to $50 a month, depending on the type of system you get. So this K8, as I said, is the Cadillac of the ionizers. When you drink this water, it's like drinking cotton candy. It just automatically dissolves on your tongue and your lips the instant you drink it. And so, but we also offer a it's like, like BMW, Zita, there's like the 7 Series, and then the 5 Series, and the
Right.
and then the 3 Series. So we have also just as good a water. We have our Platinum Platinum SD501, which is about $700-800 less than the model you're looking at right now. So you're looking at about just under 5,000. And again, on a monthly, you're looking at the prices just changed. So I think it's about 120-ish a month. Or again, if you don't have the best credit, we have options where our office offers. We'll take the risk, where we will ask only for a small down payment, and then make a monthly commitment of approximately 140. Again, the prices just changed, so forgive me, but very, very, very reasonable within most people's budget. And then we also have another model which is similar to the Platinum. The difference between the Platinum and the regular SD501 is just basically the front. So the Platinum has a platinum cover, so it matches it, stainless steel appliances and things like that. Or there's a white 501 version, which is a little less, and that again gives the similar quality water as the Platinum, and that one is about 43, I believe it is now, 4,300. And again, we have various monthly payment options to again make it awesome investment into your family. Now, another cool thing, Zita, I don't want to forget to say, this is Japanese made, as you heard me say, but this system will last you 30-40 years. So the first original unit that was sold, units that were sold 45 plus years ago, are still in customers' homes producing high quality water because it's from Japan and it's a medical system. The standards of assembly and quality of parts that are in it has to last for at least 25-30 years for it to be a medical grade system. So you're getting constant, consistent quality water churning out every day, every moment you need it. And we also offer a phenomenal shower bath filtration system that emulates the beautiful Alps or those mineral spring locations in Europe or in Utah or Denver, wherever, where people spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to go and enjoy. Well, you can have that every day, any day, every way in your home with our system, and it just does so much for your body, because a lot of people don't know this, that chlorine and all those things in our shower, an average person takes about 10-15 minute shower. On average, your skin is your largest organ in your body. So anything that's going on your skin is penetrating your body, and the average bather absorbs about a liter of chlorine in that much time of being in their shower or bath. So I know women love to take baths. So anyways, that's a whole, but
I
just,
know.
just saying. So, but yeah, I hope I didn't go too
Yeah,
quick.
I talk to women, especially my clients about it, and I'm like, you know what? When you think about this water, and you think about all that women put in their skin, and not counting, the cost of it, that we are really buying poison every single day. I mean, I'm not exaggerating, from head to toe. When you think of what you put into your body, oh my goodness, that's really suicide what we're doing every day to ourselves. But I didn't know that. I mean, even though I was I've been in the medical profession now for years, people would not talk about that, because as we all know, unfortunately, medicine has become another business that people are taking advantage of without really doing what we should do. A lot of us, doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and everybody at their own level took a note not to do harm. But some of what we're doing these days, including hiding information, is, for me, indirectly doing harm to our population. So I try to educate my women to let them know that, even this water we're talking about takes care of you from your hair to your toe. And think about it. Some people who are having eye issues, the water takes care of it. I was at some point using it as an eye drop until everything corrected. My sister was using it. I mean, like everything. It take hardens, makes your skin really firm, especially your face, and it's very healthy. When you start using that water, you won't stop. You won't stop, and you can never trade it for any other kind of water. And like I said, it's not, when you think about it, it's not that expensive when you compare it with what you buy, or what you spend in other areas. Plus, cooking with it is very healthy. I mean, everything.
The food just comes alive. Yes.
Right. I mean, if you use this water to boil rice, I have seen it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, now I see the difference. I practically demonstrated it in my kitchen. I boiled the water, regular water with rice. And then this, oh my gosh, this one was so fluffy. I threw the other one away. I'm sorry to say that, but I'm like, oh, I didn't know that the difference is so clear.
Totally.
So I'm like, wow, I'm sold out for life on this Kangen water, and it doesn't even cost a lot to maintain.
No,
it's pretty simple to maintain. Yeah. So I was telling my neighbor one day, she's from Russia, and she and I were talking about, what is going on. And then I mentioned this water. She said, oh, what is it? She came into my kitchen and she's like, oh my goodness, I've never seen this before. She said, but it's expensive. I said, you know what? It's not that expensive when you break it down, because the intention is to make sure every single household gets this machine. You can afford it. So she's really thinking about it to get the machine. So yeah, I'm talking to all of us here. Please do yourself a favor. Get Kangen water machine, and you'll be glad you did, because it takes care of everything. When we wash, my sister used to do some really high greasy job. And when she brings her clothes, and I say to her, we're no longer buying any detergent. We're going to be using this. She said, oh, what kind of water is this? So when she did her laundry the first time, she said, oh my goodness, it feels so nice and soft. I'm like, you see? She said, but is this really water or something else? I said, well, it's water. It's just, it has that high pH. That's all. It is water. So you won't believe it, but this is unbelievable.
your body, your life, your family. You know, I say it's you know, health is your first wealth. You know,
Yes.
and again, I'd say if you don't take care of your health, don't, you know, you're not going to be around long to enjoy it. You know, and I talk about you know, Steve Jobs, you know, classic, you know, billionaire upon billionaire, you know, and he died way too young from cancer, you know, and you know, if he had come across me, I definitely would have you know, gotten him to get a few systems. So but yeah, you gotta take care of your health, and you're worth it. If you're not worth you know, approximately, you know, $150 a month to your life, it's, you know, I don't know what more to say. I don't know what more to say.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Roger. I'm going to open it up. Anyone with comments, questions, and please unmute. And Kat, you have a question or comment?
This is our podcast engineer, Emily Gulmer, at work. Got the cue and she thought she'd throw me under the bus. Get him in there. You know, let's throw him to the wolves. You know? This is good stuff. It was good to see Kangen applied to like the tomato, and I don't know, I know it's a fruit, but kind of gets you thinking of vegetables too, because like with the salad and the garden and things like that. And it kind of reminds me of, you know, Community Hope Farm and stuff like that. And, you know, so
Yes.
these community projects, you know, that's where my appetite for this is that when we're doing social work and social services and doing these building projects, you know, I really want to see you know, general contractors, you know, be informed about these systems, because, you know, the correlation between, you know, what we're doing, you know, at people's living spaces and gathering places, and then you know, projects with food source like Community Hope Farm and so forth, that we can kind of think of this on, you know, a scaling level, and you know, allow many families to benefit from a system, or some of these multifamily housing projects that, you know, like even with the shared kitchen type operation, where
Right.
bedrooms and everything, and you know, so you're maybe, so I think of our friend Brian Gibson, who is you
Yeah.
know, doing the Forward Operating Base Rush in Canada, Illinois. You know, it'd be great that when that thing comes to fruition, that the whole facility you know, has a Kangen water system available, you know. So there is this residential application for sure. And Roger, I know, I don't think we're going to get into it tonight, but you know, quick little teaser maybe that, you know, there is a great program for nonprofits, right, Roger?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you know, one story that comes to mind is there's, I can't remember what part of East Asia or where it is, but it's a village, and uh, you know, there they only make, you know, I don't know, let's say $25 a year, right? US or whatever, right? Their income. And but what they did, the leader of the community or whatever, he got everyone together. I don't have an image of it right now, but anyways, they all pitched in and got a system for the community. And it got it contracted in a way where, you know, everyone can access this water. And it's amazing how, you know, when you talked about community, that I had that vision where, you know, when people who have less than us, but they see the value and they're like, there's a way, and they all came together and they said, let's all chip in $1, whatever it would have worked out to, and it's just transformed their community. So yeah, when you talk about shared kitchen space opportunities or whatever, easy. Oh yeah, for sure. There's lots of opportunities where you got a faucet, then there's always an opportunity for Kangen to be a part of that.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. So anyone else have any addition? Emily?
Roger, how long have you been in the Kangen water business?
Yeah, I've been now sharing it 5 to 6 years. So I was a customer, just drank it, just just doing what I do, and it was yeah, just in the last 6 years, 5, 6 years, I would say, that it's really become I've become a real big ambassador in sharing it, and yeah, making people. I never get tired of hearing stories of my customers in the first few weeks and beyond, and how it transformed them. So yeah, that's been how it's been. And again, I never thought in a million years I would be a big advocate and a strong supporter for this. So there's really my wife's sort of project, but then now I've taken it over, and now I am the water boy of the family.
So,
And it shows on your skin. I mean, even
Mm.
from the last time you and I met, connected, now you're looking younger and younger and younger. So that's an evidence right there. So
Thank you.
yeah,
And right back to you, Zita. You're looking more beautiful than when I first met you. So it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, and it is. It's I can go on, and sometimes people go, really? Really? I'm like, come on. I'm telling you, just try it. And I have never had a unit returned yet. So
No, and I say to people, if they get it and want to return it, I'll take it from them.
mhm.
I will, because that's how nice it is,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you can go
Totally.
wrong using Kangen machine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Roger, what was your wife's reaction when the person put the tomatoes in the water and then?
Yeah, I mean, she was more blown away. She was blown away, but you know me, I'm a very animated person, so I was very. She was shocked. She was like, but I was more upset because I was, she had me paying 30% more for groceries,
Oh,
and I'm thinking it was doing our body well, and then it wasn't, and so it was. Yeah, so she had to make me calm down. Because honestly, yeah, I didn't add this, but we do have a few more minutes. But yeah, I was a skeptical husband. I was a typical skeptical husband of, come on, really, what we got to spend more money on, because I said we already were spending money on water, so it's like, what? Now this water is no longer any good anymore, and so I had the arms crossed and was like, no, I'm put up the wall, right? Kurt, right? It's like, no, I'm not budging, right? And then 2 minutes into the presentation, it was like, I was like, my hands, I was like jelly. I had no.
Did you jog it to the floor?
She was like, we're getting this. And I was like, really? She's like, yeah. And I was like, I couldn't say no. I'm like, no, I want my wife and my kids to continue to drink this. I'm not gonna get the husband or daddy of the award of the year award. Say no, you kids aren't worth it. No.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so
Great
much.
questions.
And
Thank you.
yeah. Yes. So I'm hoping that people with questions, more questions, can reach out to us. You have information there on the chart. If you reach out to us, we'll reach out to Roger, and we'll make sure you get that machine as soon as possible.
Yep.
And don't even think that you can afford it. You can. Every single person can afford this healthy Kangen machine. And we want everybody to be healthy and happy. And that starts with using Kangen water. So, yeah. And so, yeah, thank you, Roger. And hopefully we'll have you again in the future.
I would love
And
that.
yeah, we'll connect you as soon as we hear from people.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
just reach out to you, I guess. And yeah, if I need to connect one-on-one or in a smaller group setting, I'm here to assist in welcoming anyone to the Nagic family. So
All right, so folks, thank you so much for listening. And if you're gonna watch this later, just know that Roger is joining us from Canada with this good news of Kangen water. And please think about it, watch this video again, and just let us know what you think. And if you have more questions, we're here. Curtis here, Millis here, and I am available at any time with you asking your questions or making comments. And we're always thankful for this platform that we get through the Disability Channel and Transform You Network and Park for their really generosity and helping us reach out to the world with helpful and healthy information about women, children, families, and how we can get more, healthier and healthier. So thank you. Here is, we're here 8 p.m. every Tuesday Eastern, and please join us next week. And until next week, stay blessed and stay safe. Thank you all. Have a good night.
thank you.
Thank you.